Hey friends, I'm Jennifer LaGuardia, always here with you to be your encouraging voice. So have you ever been in a situation where you sensed something was just off, but logically it made sense? You felt something in your gut just wasn't right, but on the surface it seemed perfect? Yeah, so friends, one of your greatest God-given gifts is your intuition. It has taken me a lot of years to get to the point where I trust my own intuition enough to never second guess it. And it's especially critical to listen to your intuition when you're the most vulnerable. So you might have heard this kind of funny saying, the devil doesn't show up with a pitchfork, pointed ears, a tail, and a red cape. Oh no, it shows up in the form of everything your heart is so longing to fulfill. On the surface, they seem dazzling, but then one morning you wake up and you feel like your life is an episode of Criminal Minds. Oh my goodness, friends, if you're in this scenario, just run. Just run far, run fast. So going back to where I left off, advice to my younger self regarding relationships. Friends, it is so critically important that you go with your intuition when discerning who you allow into your life. Your intuition is like your built-in navigational system. It is the voice of the divine. God's love guiding you from harm, away from harm's way and from anything that does not serve your greater good. Your intuition is the love of God leading you to what is in perfect alignment with your best self and higher purpose. I cannot tell you how many times in my life I had a sense about something or someone. It didn't make sense logically why it wouldn't be an amazing thing to walk into. On the surface, it looked perfect, like a dream come true. Yet for some reason, you just get this weird feeling in your gut that something's not right. Yeah, so one relationship in particular, I sensed from day one. I've talked to you guys about this before. Everything he said, the picture he painted, even though I picked up on all the red flags, I just wanted so badly to believe him. So I bought into a brilliantly crafted facade. I thought for sure that I could help him see all of his potential, make it all become reality. At the time, I did not get that memo that you can't change or fix anyone and definitely can't help someone who doesn't think there's a problem. Who knew? So, yeah, the deeper I got involved, everything in me told me to get out and run. But also, having been the chronic people pleaser that I was afraid of hurting him if I left. I got in way over my head, and shortly after marrying him, Jekyll turned into Hyde, and I realized I made the biggest mistake of my life. But the downward spiral to rock bottom became the greatest, most epic turning point of my life. After getting out and getting my life back and doing a lot of soul searching, I realized that trusting your intuition is intimately woven into the fabric of knowing your own value and worth and not ever settling for a fake replica of what it is you truly desire. The greatest breakthrough for me was being able to see my own value and worth through an encounter with God. Experiencing this loving presence that I can only describe to you as divine while driving home late from work one night in a mind-blowing depression, I felt God wanting me to know that His love supersedes any not-so-great decision that we could have ever made, and that our value and worth holds an eternal value that is intrinsically priceless. Our value is embedded inside the heart of the Father. It does not matter how many times you might have gone in the wrong direction. Friends, God in His infinite love wants to direct you back to all that is in alignment with His divine plan. And one of the most mind-blowingly epic things about God, he uses your deepest pain and worst of circumstances to build you up into a champion version of yourself and catapult you into a purpose that gives other people hope. Friends, honor your truth and hold out for what you know deep down is right for your life. If it's not truly aligned with your best authentic self, if it's not aligned with your divine purpose, I promise you, you're never going to be happy or at peace with it. Following your intuition, it takes practice. So I carve out time every day to go on these walks. I call them my prayer walks with God, where it's just me and God. Sometimes I'm super chatty, like I was talking with a close friend, or sometimes just super quiet and meditative. However way those divine downloads come, they always eventually come when you're intentional about spending time with God. And it's almost become like an adventure. The more intentional the time I set aside to spend with God, the more my intuition is heightened and my senses just know if something is right on or definitely not. Friends, there is nothing worse than living a lie and feeling like you really compromise what you know deep down is truth. What is meant for your life, God's perfect best will come if you hold out for it. But just to be your encouraging reminder, if you're in a bad situation right now, if you might have veered off the wrong exit, you can turn the car around at any time, if you know what I mean. God's got your back, my friend. I love you all so, so much. And as always, I appreciate your time hanging out with me. I'll see you next week.